Imagine discovering the one person you'd die for might have built your entire future on a lie. A secret so tangled it could rip a family apart, or force a man to choose between love and the brutal truth. Picture this: a courtroom buzzing with tension, a mother's desperate plea, and a fiancé staring down a DNA test that could end it all. Will he walk down the aisle or walk away forever? Let's dive into a story that'll shake you to your core. Let's start in a sleepy Ohio town where Sarah Miller and Jake Dawson grew up. Sarah's the kind of girl who'd give you her last dollar, sweet, grounded, raised by a single mom who taught her love conquers all. Jake? He's a survivor. Dad was a drunk, mom was a ghost, and by 15 he was basically raising his little sister alone. When Sarah met him in sophomore year, she saw past the scars. She begged her mom to take him in, and soon Jake had a real home for the first time. Friendship turned to sparks one summer night by the pool. They kissed, electric, forbidden, because Sarah was dating Matt, the golden boy quarterback. She couldn't choose, so she didn't. She loved Jake's quiet strength, but clung to Matt's stability. Months of stolen moments with Jake, occasional nights with Matt, and then, boom, she's pregnant. She's sure it's Jake's. He's not. And that's where the real fight begins. Sarah's glowing, telling Jake the baby's his. He's over the moon, painting a crib, dreaming of a family. But doubt gnaws at him. What if it's Matt's? He asks her one night, voice cracking. Sarah swears it's not. Timing, feelings, everything points to Jake. He kneels under a rusty Indiana bridge, ring in hand, and says, "I'll marry you, Sarah, but only if I'm the father. I need to know." She says yes, tears falling, believing love will seal the deal. But whispers spread. Jake's cousin, Lisa, smells a rat. "She's trapping you," she warns. "You're her ticket out of a mess." Jake shrugs it off, until Sarah admits she was still with Matt during those blurry weeks. Trust cracks. Fights erupt. "You lied to me," he yells. "I didn't lie," she sobs. "I just don't know." The wedding's a month away, and Jake demands a DNA test. Sarah agrees, terrified. Now it's all or nothing. Court's their last stop, and the truth is coming, ready or not. Picture the scene, a small-town courtroom, air thick with nerves. Sarah's on one side, clutching a photo of her 10-month-old daughter, Emma. Jake's across from her, jaw tight, Lisa glaring beside him. The judge, a no-nonsense guy named Harper, cuts through the silence. "Ms. Miller, you claim Mr. Dawson's the father. Prove it." Sarah's lawyer, a fiery woman named Carter, steps up. "Jake's been Emma's dad in every way. Diapers, midnight feedings, love. He's her family." Sarah's mom nods from the stand. "He's a godsend. Biology doesn't change that." But Lisa fires back. "He's being used. Sarah's pinning this on him because Matt bailed. Jake deserves the truth." Jake takes the stand, voice raw. "I love Emma. I'd die for her, but I can't marry Sarah if she's lied to me. I need to know she's mine." Sarah's eyes well up. "She is yours," she pleads. "Look at her, your dark blue eyes, your smile." The judge squints. "Love's not evidence. DNA is." Tension's climbing. Then the first bomb drops. Just as the judge calls for the DNA envelope, the doors slam open. Matt storms in, taller, angrier than anyone remembers. "Stop," he shouts. "I'm the father." Gasps ripple through the room. Sarah freezes. Jake's fists clench. "You've got some nerve," he growls. Matt smirks. "I ran when she told me she was pregnant. I was a coward. But I'm here now." Sarah's shaking. "You ghosted me, blocked me, my family, everything." Matt shrugs. "I panicked, but I did a DNA test last week. It's mine." Chaos erupts. Jake lunges forward. Bailiffs pull him back. The judge bangs his gavel. "Order! We'll test everyone. Mitchell, Dawson, and the child. Recess." Matt's back, claiming Emma. Sarah's reeling. Jake's ready to snap. What's the truth? Outside, Sarah corners Matt. "Show me the test," she demands. He hesitates, then hands her a crumpled paper. She scans it. Negative. "You're not the father," she whispers, stunned. Matt's eyes darken. "I lied. I thought if I claimed her, you'd take me back." Sarah's fury explodes. "You're sick!" She shoves him away, racing to tell Jake, but court's back in session before she can. Inside, the judge holds 3 envelopes. Sarah's sweating. Jake's staring holes into the floor. "First, Mr. Mitchell," the judge reads, "you are not the father." Matt slumps, no surprise there. "Next, Mr. Dawson." A pause. "You are not the father." Sarah gasps, collapsing into her seat. Jake's face crumples. "No," he mutters. "No way." "Then who?" the judge snaps. Sarah's mind races. Then it hits her. A foggy night. A guy from a bar. A mistake she'd buried deep. She chokes out, There was someone else. Once. I didn't think." The room goes dead silent. Sarah's confession flips everything. 2 men down, but the real father's still a ghost. The judge rubs his temples. "This is a disaster. Who's this third guy?" Sarah's sobbing. "I don't know his last name. It was one night. I was drunk, scared. I thought it didn't matter." Lisa's livid. "You dragged Jake through this for nothing." Jake's quiet, broken. "I trusted you," he says, barely audible. But then the pediatrician's report, submitted late, lands on the judge's desk. "Hold on," he says, scanning it. "Emma's got a rare blood type, AB negative. Mr. Dawson, you're AB negative. The odds—" He trails off. Carter jumps in. "It's not proof, but it's a strong link." Jake's head snaps up, hope flickering. "Blood type's a clue, not a fact. Jake's not the father. But could he be?" The judge leans forward. "Mr. Dawson, the DNA says you're not the dad, but you've been there, loved her, raised her. What do you want?" Jake's voice trembles. "I don't care what the test says. She's my daughter. I'm not walking away." Sarah sobs, reaching for him. He pulls back. "I love Emma," he says. "But you? You broke us." The judge nods. "I'll grant you legal guardianship, Mr. Dawson, if you'll take it. Miss Miller, find the biological father. Emma deserves that." Jake agrees, eyes wet. "I'll raise her, alone if I have to." The wedding's off, but the family's not. Twisted, fractured, but real. Jake chooses Emma over Sarah. Love wins, but trust? That's gone. As the gavel falls, Sarah and Jake stand worlds apart, tied only by a little girl who'll never know the full story. Not yet. Here's where you come in. Was Jake right to stay for Emma, but ditch Sarah? Should Sarah have confessed sooner? And what about that mystery father? Does he even matter? Hit the comments. Would you forgive Sarah? Could you love a child that's not yours? Tell us where you draw the line between trust and family. This one's messy, raw, and real. Let's unpack it together. That's Sarah and Jake's story. A courtroom war where love battles lies and the truth cuts deeper than anyone expected.